Your source for the hottest underground and independent music.
Now who the hell is this? It's that incredible
91.3 The Plug.
Inspiration. I just kind of go within and do my thing. The fear usually is that if you don't fit into the mainstream, you're not going to be given an opportunity. Mm-hmm. But I'd rather do myself and do what's inside than to try to be what somebody else is doing. Okay. And then they let me through. You know, I just try to do it the best that I can, and so it'll resonate with the people when they see it.
Okay, that's good. So who were some of the your influencers?
Oh, that's easy. Stevie Wonder.
Okay.
Old school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Donny Hathaway.
Okay.
Marvin Gaye.
I love me some Marvin Gaye.
And I was always a group kind of person. So the Force MDs.
Oh,
that's my people.
That's my people.
Yeah.
Okay.
So tell the audience a little bit about yourself,
yes.
Your background, where you come from. Have you been in music, and what inspired you to really sit down and put this complex video together?
Okay. Well, my name is Charles Bronxson. That's what I go by artistically, and I've been into music for a long time, ever since I was a youngster. I was always impressed with melody, and I would listen to like how harmonies were put together. That always drove me. And then what Stevie Wonder used to do with his vocals, I was like, how do you do that? You know, and I would just sit there and study this album.
Okay.
All the time when I was a kid, trying to understand what he did with his vocals.
I have that album in my crate.
Yeah. And so, you know, the first opportunity I got into a little vocal group with my friends. Yeah. And when hip hop came out, that took it to a whole nother level. Because now you had to get into rapping and writing. Before that, you was trying to sing somebody else's song. You know, you was trying to get your harmonies right with your group. But then when hip hop came out, everybody was trying to write rhymes and sound like Sugar Hill Gang. And that kind of taught me the whole aesthetic of writing yourself. Because with hip hop, it's taboo to sing or recite lyrics by somebody else. You know, so that kind of got me into writing, and then it evolved into me trying to really do stuff for my group. But then I had amassed such a volume of material, I was like, I can't do all of this material myself, so I started considering writing for other people. You know?
Nice. I like that, man. Definitely, for the new artists, the new artists have to go back and see what the old artists been through and where they came from to understand what music was all about and what it really meant. Right.
But some of them they don't go back. Some of them they talk about.
Turn your mic down. You too loud.
All the way down.
Wow, it's really loud. I'm serious. It's really loud. Just, you know what? Push the mic away from you a little bit. Now talk.
I said some of them don't go back to the history, and it's like they only talk about certain things: money, cars, and girls. That's all it is saying.
Yeah, it's screwing.
Yes.
And you know, I think we have to change that whole attitude, because there was a time where you paid homage to the ones who came before you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, you look forward to it. But see, there's this thing with hip hop now where the new artists don't want to like say that, yeah, I got my style or I got my influence from so and so. Prime example, like when Nicki Minaj came out.
Oh,
yes.
You know, that would have been so cool if her and Lil' Kim came in like as a force. Mm-hmm. But when you diss the person that was before you, it sets a bad precedent. It sets a bad precedent. I mean, I believe me, I understand the whole thing about competing and battle rapping and hip hop. But it's like you go a little too far with it when you just can't say, I look up to this person and I respect them. There's nothing wrong with doing that.
I agree. I agree. I feel like we can go so much further if you know, we did that, like you said, there'll be a force opposed to what it is now. So, definitely. And music nowadays is not what it used to be. Like nowadays, we don't have too many songs that we can like songs that are out now that 5, 10 years from now look back at and mean something. You know, you can look back on a Stevie Wonder song. You can look back on a music back in the days, and it still mean. It'll still have that same impact it did when it came out back then. Opposed to some of the songs coming out now, it's just like blah 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 blah, and it has no meaning behind it. So
no, I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that we don't have our own radio stations anymore.
Okay.
When we had our own radio stations, we were able to queue up the songs we wanted to play. We could program the shows the way we wanted, and we could talk to the community the way that we wanted. And the community understood the radio, particularly the DJ that was talking. But once we lost ownership of our radio stations, you had somebody else telling us how to program our shows and talk to our audience. And that's what killed it, because now the DJ can't come in and say, you know what, it's this hot song that I want to share with the community and play it. He can't. His hands are tied.
Yeah.
So we basically have radio announcers as opposed to disc jockeys like it used to be in the past. So until we can go back to that, it's going to continue that downward spiral where we're not able to play music that, like you were saying, can, the people can appreciate.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the audio right there. Thank you. I don't know what you just did, but I was getting feedback. Oh, thanks, Cruz. I was getting feedback, and I was trying to figure out where's the feedback coming from. Where's the feedback? You know, because you doing video and stuff, you know, that just a vibe to the video. But definitely, like you said, brother, it takes a village. You know what I'm saying? And right now, we don't have all our most important artists either have passed on or are passing away or they're sick. They can't. You know, my thing, I think we should hold a school. You know, so can you imagine what it would have been if Barry White held a school of artistry for new and up and coming artists?
Right.
Like, just to give them a little bit of what he knew, you know, to pass on. And that's what's happening. Like, these artists, they hear their music by some chance. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, some of these guys probably don't even know who the Supremes are. They probably don't even know who.
They don't.
They know James Brown because they're sampling the hell out of his music.
That's the only person they know.
You know what I'm saying? You know, my thing is that
they don't know the
it's
old
just like
school.
it's just like before I got into photography, I had a friend. Shout out to Mr. Flicks. Flicks was giving me a little pointers, and then I had another photographer over here in Mount Vernon that gave me pointers, and he's my mentor. You know what I'm saying? So it took me 5 years to get to that camera. You know what I'm saying? I started off with a 31D. As a matter of fact, I started off with a Fuji, a little joint Fuji. And I rolled up into the 31, and then I went to the 51, then I went to the 70. So it took me a minute to learn it. But the thing is, and I learned it on my own. I didn't go to school. I was watching tutorials.
Yeah.
But none of these artists do that. When they get in the industry, they want to do what they immediately saw like 5 years ago. They don't go back to the 60s or the 50s.
They're not going to go back there because all these artists want to know to get money quicker. That's it.
Yeah, nobody wants to quit.
That's it.
Somebody just said that same thing. My friend just said there's no substance in it anymore in hip hop or R&B. Like I was saying,
Pull the mic back up to it because he turned his volume down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's no longer any substance in it anymore.
Right.
You know, so it's.
That's what we have Mr. B for, because Mr. B.
Yes, his videos.
He's putting it down. I kid you not. If y'all watching right now, if y'all got any questions for Mr. B, call in 914-969-6499 or 718-705-4959. That's 914 969 6499 or 705-4959. That's 718. Right? If you got any questions for him, artists or anybody looking, to get into artistry. But I want to say one thing before we put on this video, is that this video is so informative. It has pictures of artists, it has artists telling the story, the artist telling the story, and then he blends it in with the Caucasian artist who stole the music. And literally said, hold up. I'm gonna break it down the way it is.
Yes.
But they basically tell how they stole the music.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
And it's crazy. You never see it. Like you never see it put in a perspective that Mr. C put it in. So Mr. C, I thank you and salute you for that, bro. Because I learned a lot from that. So I know my audience is definitely gonna, and I put it up on my Facebook page. It's on C's page. I'm gonna put it up on the Hot 91 for your page to, probably today after the show. Please, artists, if you're listening, please listen to this video. Watch this video. Yes. And we about to drop it. See, you ready? All right, we about to drop the video. Mr. C, bring us in.
All right, you're about to check out Pretext, which is an acronym for Prejudice Restricts Exposing Today's Extraordinary Talent by Charles Bronxson.
Oh,
The global takeover has just begun. We don't rock tri-state, we rock worldwide.
Broadcasting to over 100 countries.
In the Mix Radio,
The
in
new
the
word for
Mix
today, family,
worldwide.
is pretext, which means a false reason given for doing something. As in, pop radio gives the excuse that black people...
We're gonna hear from none other than the man himself, Pat Boone.
I didn't want to record songs like Tutti Frutti and other songs like that don't make a lot of sense, but the recording director went out, thank goodness. He told me to go ahead and do it because it was going to be a hit. I didn't believe it, but we went ahead and recorded it anyway, and it was a hit.
Little Richard.
But the white station would play black records. It was about 5 black radio stations in the whole country, and the white station would play me. But I was hitting big, but the white kids had my record, but I wasn't on the radio,
There was, at that time, an impenetrable wall between pop and R&B. There were R&B artists, there was R&B music, but it was not going to get played in its original form on pop stations. It was just too ragged and too suggestive, sometimes even explicit.
Now, Pat Boone, he was a white guy that took my music and made my hit. This was my chance to be a big star, and he shortcut me and go outsell me, which he did with my song that I wrote.
And we have a lot of aspiring talent out there. Can we give any wise words of advice from the one and only Pat Boone?
Well, I think this is good advice. I hear so many young singers imitating people that are just immediately ahead of them. To me, that is not the way to succeed. You might be really good, but you need to be yourself and try to develop something that other people will want to imitate. In other words, be unique. You're special, and you don't have to sound like somebody else to make it. In fact, I think you have a much better chance of making it if you are different than the rest. So be yourself.
Yes, he did say that, John.
Thank you so much. Really
Now,
appreciate it.
to show how this hypocrisy exists with pop radio is how they refused to play a pop song entitled You Send Me by a black artist named Sam Cooke. And there was nothing suggestive about that song, so they called it R&B to deny its spins. Lou Rawls.
They call You Send Me an R&B song. So far from rhythm and blues, man, listen, it's like night and day, but he was black.
James Brown.
That was not R&B. You want to name it R&B for the company right now, but it's not R&B. That was pop.
What makes a record pop? When it's displayed, should be the same thing as what makes a record pop. When it's displayed, if what's played moves the masses. But black pop's heard radio, cause on the radio in America it's like this. If you're white and got soul, you got props. But if you're hot but not white, you're not pop. Which means not many people other than white will ever get a chance to top the pop charts. Sam Phillips.
What's all the segregation in music? Country music, pop music, race music. Music, man, music.
The Righteous Brothers.
When we recorded Little Loopy Lou, the white stations wouldn't play it because the quote was that it was too hard rock.
what it was is it just sounded too black for their white stations. Now, we didn't know that at the time, but the one thing that we're most proud of is that the black audience accepted us, you know, and they didn't have to. But the great thing about the black audience is that if you are emotionally cutting it, that's what it's all about.
White R&B gets embraced, but black store pop gets about face. Nah, it ain't about fair play when it comes to pop airplay. It's about face. Call it what it is. Your medley.
It's real odd because, you know, we were listening to rhythm and blues, and we knew the original artists. I mean, Fats Domino and Little Richard and all that, you know, rip it up, and then the white artists would cover it, but it was really frustrating to know the real record and then hear, you know, I mean, God love that, but I mean, anybody can have a hit record, God bless them, but it just was real weird that went on.
And it still goes on today on pop radio. It's called pretext. Stands for when their prejudice restricts exposing today's extraordinary talent. It's like, wow, you come with this. You come with this. For decade after decade, from jazz to hip-hop, it's the same old thing. First they get it from chocolate, like Willy Wonka's, then praise the ones who rock it, Los Blancos. Even though it ain't right, yeah, they've been doing this for decades, and it still goes on, even though it ain't right. And it pisses you off, don't it? I don't know about you, but me, I can't fuck with it if it ain't right. Trust me, they know that shit ain't right. That's why they use a pretext, cause they know it.
Wow, that video was dope. Yeah.
Thank you.
That video was dope. It was showing how that really happened back in the days. Really.
Yo, I didn't even see how many hit. Is the video really getting out there? People really watching. What do we need to do to broadcast, like, get this word out, bro?
I don't know, I guess share it whenever you get a chance. Just let people
deep, man. That's very deep, man.
Appreciate it.
And you got a little artistry in there too. And I see you doing it. I'm like, yo. I'm like, yo. Yeah, let me ask you something. Did you ever think about putting this into a theater?
Nah, that might work as far as bringing awareness.
It's crazy, yo. It has so much. It's just so much to it that you're telling with the who's the guy that looked like was that actually him?
Who?
What's his name? Baba Doo Baba.
That was, you know,
that was a lookalike.
That was a lookalike.
Dude, he had me for it.
Yeah.
Yo, how did they get my man his head? Like, yo.
That's why I brought him on. Yeah, now let me tell you who that is. Okay. Y'all ever watch The Apollo?
Yeah.
All right, the executioner that comes out and pulls you
off.
Oh,
yes.
My man.
Are you serious?
That's C.P. Lacey.
You doing me sleep at the club?
That's the impersonation.
Wow.
Yeah, man. He actually played Little Richard and James Brown.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You didn't even tell. You couldn't
when we see Apollo, he got the funny outfit on.
Yeah. And let me tell you, like, I took my kids to see Amateur Night one day. And I was like, man, you know, I know I'm getting ready to do pretext. And I didn't want to use the stock footage, the actual stock footage, because you could run into some kind of copyright issues and stuff like that, depending on how you use it.
Right.
And so my man Brian Bentz from 360 Digital Studios was like, hey man, why don't you get a lookalike? So I didn't know anybody, but like the next week after he told me that, I'm sitting in Apollo with my kids on Amateur Night, and they got this thing where like they go for intermission. You know, after the first part of Amateur Night, they might go for intermission, and then they brought this screen down, and they had this dude talking about, hey, this is James Brown. Y'all be sure y'all come back in about 10 minutes. And I'm like,
and that was him.
So I asked one of the ushers, I was like, who is that dude? And then she said, that's C.P. Lacey, the executioner. I was like, oh man, I gotta talk to this dude.
Yeah.
So she says, all right, give me your information and I'll pass it on to him.
Right.
I gave it to her, and you know how you get information, you're not really sure they don't
Yeah.
So I told her to tell him that I'm looking to have him come on and do some impersonations, particularly that James Brown impersonation in a video that I was doing. And he hit me up like about 2-3 days later.
Wow.
So he told me I could do James Brown, and let me show you all the other people I could do. He sent me pictures of like when he's in disguise.
Yeah.
He looked like Prince. Jackson. I mean, you name it. I'm like, this dude can do that. Then he showed me his Little Richard impersonation. I was like, done. I ain't gotta look nowhere else, and I got
it. Everything falls into place. See how everything falls into place.
Yeah, I seen a guy. Shout out to Talent. Talent doesn't give back like usually every summer, and he had. He said Prince gonna be there. I said, Prince ain't gonna be there. The dude, the minute they put the Prince on, this dude came out of literally. As you can see, he was hiding the whole day. He came out of, I think it was like a little van thing. He popped out with this uniform and look and the face. Yo, people were like,
look just like him, I bet.
Yo, and it was like they was shocked. And when he got on the mic, he's like, everybody's like, yo!
Sounded like him.
Yo! I mean, that made the day right there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I love to see the impersonators when they do like Michael Jackson, because these people basically they make a living doing this.
They do,
and they're so good at it. It's just, you know, they you know what they copied. And I have to say that because the brother always shine a light. He shined a light on me, and I thought about it. Now they have these theaters where they have the images of like Tupac, and you go in there, they like they look live on stage. I forgot.
The holograms.
They got the holograms.
Now that's what they
got the holograms, and they got the holograms of everybody. Wow. Everybody that's not here, they got a hologram of them. So I was trying to figure out, like, how did they do that? Like, what did they do to do? You know, they had the hologram. One day they was doing it was a jam. I think it did it was on BT. I don't know what it was, but you know they was rapping and doing the song, and Tupac had a part of the song. Boom! He just came out the back of the stage. You know, doing it was like,
you know what that is?
It looked like Tupac. It was like, yo! Everybody was like, yo, that's crazy. And, you know, after that, I was like, I can't wait to open up, you know, like them to open it there. I want to see how real that shit is.
I feel like that's the
it's like 3D and everything.
To continue to make money off of you while you're not here.
Exactly. Yeah, I wonder if the proceeds go to the artist. Right. That's what I want to know.
Or the estate of the artist.
I hope the estate. I would hope that it still goes to the estate of the artist.
Right, because Prince didn't like that.
No.
He had a problem with that.
With the hologram thing?
Yeah.
It's just like when they it was a big thing that happened over, I think it was the Super Bowl, right?
Oh yeah, they just had who just
I didn't watch the Super Bowl. What
happened?
They just had a hologram of Prince.
Hold on, we got
at the Super Bowl. But who was it?
Where we at? Hot 914 radio show and 91.3 The Plug. What's good?
How you doing? South Carolina, Chicago, Illinois. How you doing?
What's good? How you doing, bro?
What's good?
I'm good. How you feeling today?
I'm all right, man. We got our guest in the studio, Mr. Charles Bronxson.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
It was good. How you feel, man?
All good, man.
All right.
You got a question for Mr. Charles?
Yes, sir, man. What you got new going on?
I have a project out called Group Hugs, and the Hugs is an acronym for honoring unforgettable groups of soul. You just saw the video for Pretext. That's like the third of 4 videos that I released off the album, and you may want to check out the Group Hugs video also. That's available on YouTube. You can check that out. And while we on it, that was a song that was a tribute. I was paying a tribute to the groups, the R&B groups. And it started out like about 3.5 minutes of me writing and paying tribute to the groups I was familiar with. But when I started doing my investigation, I started learning about all these groups from the 50s and 40s that we never heard about. So I put all of them into it, and check that video out.
Okay, yeah, send me that, man. Send me that video so I can get that footage
That's
out.
on right now.
Okay.
And how can I find you on YouTube? You channel on YouTube?
The YouTube channel is Mound Records, and that's like a pictures mound without the D. So MOUN Records. And, yeah, you can see all that. Oh, okay. I appreciate that. Hey, make sure you have that subscription. Make sure you subscribe and hit the subscription bell so that you'll be notified every time we drop a video.
Most definitely, we'll do that.
That's what's up.
Alright. Yo, man, thanks for calling in, bro. I guess if you roll with 91.3 The Plug, man, I'll see you in Denver on the 18th of August.
Oh, man, you already know, man.
Alright?
Yes, sir.
Alright, thanks for calling in, bro.
Alright, have a good one.
Alright,
cool.
That's crazy.
That video, I really like that video. It was a lot in one. You had to just sit there and just watch it, because when you think back in the days of the music, how we didn't have that privilege, you know what I mean? They stole everything of ours. And they used it like it was theirs. You know? And they didn't even know who the artist was.
They didn't get all the honor and praise of our video that we did.
But see, then we started getting savvy and learning about publishing and copyrights. Because when we think about Frankie Lyman, when he wrote,
I love that.
Yeah, Why Do Fools Fall in Love?
Yes, I love that.
They just stripped it right from him. They put somebody else's name on it. He didn't get any publishing. He just signed it away. I think they gave him a car, a motorcycle, something mediocre. And every time that song plays, publishing residuals are being
Yeah, they was getting that money off.
People getting money, man. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And that's what the old school artists realized when they was coming up through that Motown stuff.
They had some money.
People was getting money and getting paid. Ray Charles, and salute to my man Ray Charles and the whole kit, because Ray wasn't having it. Yeah. Ray was blind, but Ray was like, you've been stealing my money.
How much he's doing that stuff?
My thing is, they thought Ray, let me tell you something. They thought Ray wasn't aware of what was going on. His man was like, yo, you know, anytime you get with somebody, there's always a new connection, there's always a better connection. Sometimes, you know, you keep circling tight. And it was like, yo, Ray, money. He was like, yeah. He said, well, we're going to get rid of him. And that was his dude from day one. That was his dude. Like, he's like, yo, man, you been stealing my money. He's like, no, I ain't, man. He's like, come on, man. Here's the books right here. Here's everything you did. Blah, blah, blah. That was crazy. So you just think about it. He was blind. Ray was blind. So he had it hard. He had it real hard. He couldn't see nothing.
See, that's why I'm wondering, how does it go now if they continue with this hologram? Like, where's this going? Where's this money going? I would be pissed if I was an artist and I would pass on to you using me, and it's not going to my foundation or my family or you know, my fans, and it's going to you just putting in your pocket. That's a subject
of discussion.
No.
And then you wonder if
some
people in some positions that are able are picking these artists off. And then taking advantage of their image now that they're no longer here.
That's exactly that's how I feel.
Yeah. I'm scared of that shit. Don't pick me, fuck off, please.
No, I really agree. I feel like that's what it is, because everything is about money. So I wouldn't want to pass and you still making money off of me, and I'm not here and it's not going for what I wanted to be going for. My foundation.
I mean, I haven't seen any holograms of them, but think about Sam Cooke.
Oh wow!
Now, Sam Cooke was the first one, the most graphic example of us coming into the business, coming into our own. Yeah. You know, he was before Berry Gordy and Motown. Yeah. He set up his own label, had his own publishing, and he was huge. You know, he was accepted on the pop stations after they tried to get another artist to do his first record, You Send Me. You know, but once they saw that they couldn't hold him back, then they wanted in on it, and he was like, nah, I don't want to do that. He got rid of the process that he had in his hair. And he went on natural and started aligning with Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali. You actually saw him come into the ring when Muhammad Ali won that fight against Sonny Liston. And so like the next thing you know, he gets shot.
So let me ask you something. Wait, with this particular video, have you sent it to any artist directly? Like to any artist in the industry directly to let them give you feedback on it? Like any of the R&B artists or the classic artists that are still here with us today, have you sent the video directly to them? Please give me some feedback. What do you think? You know,
I wouldn't mind doing that. I just don't know who to send it to. That's why I have my channel. Because at least with my channel, I could put it there and then make it aware, make the people aware that it's there.
Right.
And I don't have to wait for somebody to give me an opportunity to share it, because you got a lot of gatekeepers. A lot of people that'll say, you know what?
I'm not sharing that.
I don't think my audience is going to appreciate that. I've seen that too much. That's why I went on and I formed my own label so I could do my own thing and just put it out.
Yeah, I put it up on my Facebook wall. I know people are like, what's
I'm
this?
definitely going to share this because I really like it.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't mind hearing the comments. You know, whatever.
You can hear some comments now. You can hear some comments.
You know, I like that.
But
It's education.
It has a
That's
message.
what it is.
See, when you put things out that have a message, people will usually just bypass it. The youth of today will bypass that quick. Oh, watch this old stuff. No, I ain't want to say. But the thing is, if you're really into music, like I'm gonna share that to Cece Peniston. I know Cece will love it. She'll probably be like, wow. But I know that artists today and the artists from yesterday would love to have saw something like this in the process of it being made while they were in the business. It would have freaked them out, bro. Literally, they would have been like, who's this guy? We need to get with him because he knows what's going on.
You know who I really want to see it? I mean, besides everybody. I really want Little Richard to see that.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I really want him to see that. So because here you have a guy who, in a lot of instances, has to get up on stage and quote unquote show out, but he's really not showing out. You know, when he'll get up on the stage and say, "I'm the architect," you know, and he'll make a scene about it. He has to do that because nobody's giving him his props. He actually is the architect. You know, when I look back into it, this dude really did start it off. But nobody gives him credit. They always defer it and give it to Elvis Presley.
That's like, oh, there you, hey.
Now you starting.
Brainstorm.
Really?
It's candy. Wow. No, honestly, you got me thinking about what happened to my man with the guitar. What's his name? Chuck Berry. Chuck Berry. What happened to Chuck? A similar thing happened to Chuck Berry when his joint went national. It was like boom. And what happened was there was a white dude. That when Chuck Berry stuff hit the network, it was a white dude doing the Chuck Berry dance and everything. I seen that video. It shocked the fuck out of me. I'll be honest. I'm a curse. I'm sorry. I apologize. It shocked the fuck out of me, bro. Because I thought Chuck Berry was, when you say it originated, he wrote it, he performed it, but when he wrote it and performed it, they sold it to another platform. And when they sold it to another platform or network, the network put it out, but it was a white dude doing his shit. And I was like, yeah. And that was the first time I ever seen that. But I never knew that was in play for all artists. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Elvis was one of the artists that said that he got his stuff from, who was the artist Elvis got his stuff from? He took a little bit off Michael. I think it was Michael. I think it was Michael J. Michael J.
Elvis?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Elvis was. No. Wait. Who was
looking out?
Who was born in his era though? It's James Brown or was somebody that was doing a move and Elvis grabbed it and said
Richard.
I think it was.
It was about Little Richard.
And he said he got a lot of his stuff from watching him on TV. So when Elvis came out with that, what was that song?
Hound Dog.
Heartbreak Hotel.
Okay, yeah.
He was like, but honestly, said he got it. He went public and said, I watching Little Richard, blah blah blah.
And those artists,
but it was not a lot of them went public and said that.
Right. Now it's also a lot of people, including myself, used to say, "Man, fuck Elvis." He said that only thing black people can do for him is shine his shoes and buy his records. And once you hear that he said something like that, shit, we band together and be like, "Oh, fuck right. True. I learned that he didn't say that. He did not say that. He always gave credit to our ancestors, to our people, to our culture. So you gotta give him credit, man. The dude was bad.
Yeah, Elvis was bad. He was an entrepreneur and he was a connoisseur when it came to music. But he learned a lot of stuff from watching us, our ancestors do their thing. And he used to say, hey, I don't have a lot of problems, with racial stuff, and a lot of times he wanted to perform with black people. He wanted to perform with the black artists. What was the platform back then? The old what they used to call it, old Grand Yi or old, what was it called? It was the Grand Yi something. Remember when everybody that was major performed on this particular platform, and you had who was it? But this is so old, yo. It was a platform that all the artists, when they went big, they performed on this white platform. American. Nah, it wasn't band. It was way before Bandstand.
Old Great Whistle.
Nah, it's something about the old Grand something. Grand Moyer or something. It was in the South. And every artist had to jump on there to go major. And what happened was Motown came along. Motown built their own stuff, but Motown still, they had artists that was putting out their music on the white side of things.
Yeah.
But the white...
Y'all, this is Charles Bronxson, and I tune into Hot 914 every Saturday, 5 to 7. Definitely.
You're plugged into the hottest online digital station.
Bringing that heat.
91.3 The Plug.